Bienvenidos and welcome to another episode of Spain on a Fork. Today, we're going to grab some jarred butter beans, which is the same thing as the canned ones. Truly one of the best ingredients available to us because they're heart healthy and affordable and create a super delicious recipe. We're talking creamy salt and pepper butter beans. These are known as Judiones de la Granja a la Crema. Now the beauty of this recipe, besides the fact that it's easy to make and made with simple everyday ingredients, is that it comes together in about 20 minutes, yet the flavors feel like they've been simmering for hours and hours. Folks, serve these beans as a side next to some pan-grilled fish, or as a main course, as it certainly has enough protein. Either way, it's the kind of food that with each bite, it's gonna fill you with so much goodness. This video is sponsored by Tienda.com. The Tienda is an online superstore focusing on selling all things Spain for your home and kitchen, and they've been around since 1996. And like I always tell you, they have the biggest selection of artisan Spanish ingredients like queso manchego, the famous jamón serrano and jamón ibérico, Marcona almonds, olives, the beautiful canned seafood from Spain, and all the basic pantry staples you need, such as jarred butter beans, which we're going to use in today's recipe, among so many other great ingredients. And let me tell you, when it comes to cookware, they have an amazing selection of authentic Spanish paella pans that range in size from 2 servings all the way up to 50 servings. And they even offer classic grilling systems, that way you can always perfectly cook your paella. Folks, visit Tienda.com. Let them know Albert from Spain on a Fork sent you there. Make sure you use coupon code ONAFORK during checkout for 10% off your order. Alright, let's just dive right into this. I'm going to heat a large fry pan with a medium heat and add in 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, which is 45 milliliters. Of course, you can use any oil you like here. It's just extra virgin is what's typically used in Spain, as it gives dishes like this a beautiful lift of flavors. Leave where you get the Spanish one I'm using in the description box below. While the oil is heating, I'm going to finely chop 1 small onion and roughly chop 4 cloves of garlic. And like I've told you before, if you prefer, you can chop the ingredients before heating the pan. Then we'll add the chopped onion and garlic into the hot fry pan. And we'll mix the ingredients around continuously, that way they don't brown too quickly and it all evenly sautés. After 2 to 3 minutes and the onion slightly translucent and that garlic is beautifully fragrant, I'm going to add in a generous tablespoon of all-purpose flour, which is 9 grams. And we're going to continue to mix this and go for 2 minutes on the flour. Like I've told you in the past, this is enough time to cook off the raw flavor in it, that way it doesn't overpower the flavors of the dish. After cooking the flour for 2 minutes, I'm going to add in half a cup of vegetable broth, which is 120 milliliters. You can also use chicken broth here if you like. And we'll also add in 3/4 of a cup of milk, which is 180 milliliters. I'm using low fat, but you can use any milk you like. The most important thing, make sure it's at room temperature, otherwise it can easily curdle. And we're going to continue to gently mix this together and go for a few minutes until we end up with a slightly creamy sauce. After 4 to 5 minutes, and we've ended up with a slightly creamy sauce, it's time to add in the beans. I'm going to drain a jar of cooked butter beans into a colander. Once again, this is the same thing as the canned ones, and rinse the beans under some water. Size of the jar that I'm using is 25 ounces, which is about 700 grams. Leave where you get the super soft Spanish butter beans I'm using in the description box below. Then we'll gently add the beans into the pan and season everything with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And we'll give it a gentle mix until it's well mixed together. And then we'll lower it to a low heat and simmer it for about 5 minutes, that way the flavors can develop. You want to make sure to mix this every minute or so, that way that cream sauce doesn't develop a film on top. After simmering the beans for about 5 minutes, we'll turn off the heat. Add in 1/4 cup of grated cheese, which is 30 grams. I'm using a Spanish manchego that's been aged for 3 months, but you can use any cheese you like. And squeeze in 2 teaspoons of fresh lemon juice, which is 10 milliliters. And we'll give this one a final gentle mix. And like I've told you before, you want to make sure to add the cheese towards the end. If you add it in there too soon, the heat's going to separate the fats and you can lose that beautiful creamy texture. Then we'll transfer the beans into a serving dish and top them off with some cracked black pepper and some chopped chives. Check it out, our creamy salt and pepper butter beans are done. Easy to make, the simplest ingredients, and all done in about 20 minutes using just 1 pan. Let's give this a try and see how it turned out. Once again, folks, Judiones de la Granja la Crema, possibly one of the easiest recipes we've ever done here on the show. Moment of truth. Yeah, it's one of the easiest recipes we have ever done here on Spain on a Fork, but let me tell you, it's insanely delicious. The butter beans just melt in your mouth, absorbing everything in the pan. And that simple cream sauce with its salt and pepper, taking this to the next level. Easy to make, heart healthy. Give it a try at home. Once again, as a side or even as a main course. Either way, it's the kind of food that with each bite, it's gonna fill your body with so much goodness. Really quick before I go, a shout out to a couple of my patrons, John Dayan, Juan Iturri, and Rob Haskins. Again, guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. Enjoyed today's video, hit that like button. Leave me a comment below. And if you're not subscribed, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and click on the bell icon. That way you can get notified every time I release new content and to become a part of the Spain on a Fork family. Till the next time, hasta luego.